So guys, and today we got Football Outsiders Ajayi ankle breaker chemistry. Now I'm going to be comparing him to Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry is the GOAT standard for running backs now. In my opinion, the #1 running back in the game is Derrick Henry, whether it's the Team of the Week version or the most feared version. But anyways, hopefully Ajayi can give him a run for his money. So here we go. 90 speed, 90 excel, 90 ball carry, 90 elusiveness, 90 carry, 90 juke. I mean, just 90s up and down the board. It is crazy. Except for his truck rating, which is only an 83, but also has a 91 stiff arm and 92 spin. So he has amazing stats, man. This is the card he deserves. I'm glad he finally got it. Now I know some guys like to hurdle, including me. I'm doing it more and more, but I honestly don't recommend doing it too often with Ajayi because you see right there, he doesn't really jump that high, so I would not risk that too often with him, at least. But this, however, 90 speed and 90 excel, man, he has the exact same speed rating now as the team hero David Johnson, man. He can just take off and be gone. You can absolutely bounce to the outside with Ajayi like this right here and just be gone. And there you go, like move to the inside, guide your blockers to block for you. Unfortunately, even though he does have 90 speed, which is pretty fast, it does not mean that it's impossible to catch him. You see right here, this was almost a touchdown, but he did get caught. Now when it came to the spin move, for whatever reason, I did struggle a bit. I'm not sure why that was. However, the juke move was a completely different story. He had a nice juke move, there's no doubt about that. I'm not saying it's impossible to spin with him. I'm just saying if you had to choose between the two, I would say go with the juke move. Now what he did have was a nasty stiff arm, man. There's no doubt about that. I loved his stiff arm move. Got plenty of whiplash animations as well as these, man, just throwing people off you. So if you want to, use the stiff arm, you can. And look at this, man. Here's a 90 speed coming into play once again. Now one of the things that his Team of the Week version was good at was breaking tackles, and this was no different with the Football Outsider version, man. Just breaking tackles left and right. Compared to Derrick Henry, I think Derrick Henry was just slightly better, but believe me, Ajayi can break some tackles. There's no doubt about that. Now one thing I can say for sure, man, is this boy can take a hit. He took hit after hit after hit and 0 fumbles from the hit stick. He did fumble 3 times, but not from the hit stick, and I will get into more of that later. I'm sure you're probably confused about what I mean by that, but you'll see what I mean in a second. But as far as the hit sticks, no problem. When it came to catching the ball out of the backfield, had 0 dropped passes, so very reliable there. But do not trust him in traffic. That is a completely different story. But if you're throwing these wide open passes, don't worry, he's not going to let you down. He's not going to drop any of these. Now, like I said earlier, he did fumble 3 times, but not from the hit stick. It was from this right here, the strip animations, which I'm noticing a lot of guys are doing this more and more now. So watch out for that. But as far as the struggle points, the only place he really struggled was, like I said before, the spin move and the trucking. Now, he did get like 1 or 2 decent trucks, but that was out of like 15 attempts where all the other ones were just completely failed. And sometimes I would try to truck someone and I would end up getting hit sticked, in return. So stay away from those 2 things. But in my opinion, nothing has really changed from how best to use him from this version and the Team of the Week version. You see right here, running up the middle, I still feel is the best way to use him. If you want to bounce to the outside, that's cool and everything, but since he was so good at breaking tackles and the stiff arm and the 90 speed all mixed together, once again, I think running with the middle is the best option, because even if you don't break loose, you can still stiff arm someone, or maybe even break a tackle and fall forward a few extra yards. Or even this right here, man, just run straight up and use that speed and just be gone. So if you guys pick him up, use him however you want to, but I feel running up the middle is still the best way to use Ajayi. So all in all, guys, a very, very decent back. But when it comes to him versus Derrick Henry, I still think Derrick Henry is the better back, as much as it pains me to say that. But it's not just the play on the field, it's everything combined. When you factor in their price as well as their gameplay, you can't really deny it. I mean, because Ajayi right now goes for like 140, 150. Derrick Henry, depending on which one you get, goes for like, well, the most feared version goes for like 70k, which isn't even that much anymore. The Team of the Week goes for like what, 40, 30 now. So when you factor all that in, Derrick Henry to me is still the better back. But I think Ajayi is worth getting once his price drops, assuming it drops anymore, because at 130 I just don't think that's a good enough price. I mean, to me that's just too high, especially considering that trucking and stiff arming is really the only way to really go this year to get the best yards. Not that spinning and juking is 100% dead or anything, but I'm sure most people would agree that truck and stiff arm is the way to go. Even though he did have a nice little stiff arm, the trucking was really the only thing holding him back, like I said. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this up. The Patrick Peterson review should be coming soon, and I will see y'all boys then. Peace.